go to Steve in St. Petersburg. Hi there, Steve. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, how's it going?
Oh, great, Steve.
This probably isn't going to make sense, but do you know you sound terribly much like Dick Norman?
Right.
And I was just wondering if you really were Dick Norman or if you're Bob Lassiter with laryngitis.
I don't think I've ever had laryngitis. Sounds like something you would get, treated with from a proctologist.
Well, laryngitis, ginus, whatever.
Yeah.
I don't know how you pronounce it.
I know.
But I was just wondering, well, if you're really Dick Norman, let's hear you say citizen.
I'm not Dick Norman.
You're not?
No.
Huh. Strange. I don't know. I guess I'll have to call up at 3 o'clock and ask Dick if he's really you.
Dick doesn't work here anymore.
He doesn't?
No.
How dreadful.
No, they blew him out yesterday. Didn't you hear?
Oh, yeah? What happened?
That's why the news director and the program director were on the air. They fired Norman. He's gone. He's history. He's back in Cincinnati already.
Well, how sad. Now there's really nothing to listen to left on FLA.
Yeah, he's working some small religious station in Cincinnati.
Well, he does have the voice for it.
Well, yeah, that's one way of looking at it. Sounds like hell, so.
Oh, well, what can I say?
Well, why not say what everybody here said? Good riddance.
Well, I don't feel that way.
Why not?
Because
that's why you don't have to work with a man. No.
Because I think he's cool, man.
Oh yeah, right. Norman cool.
Oh, he's definitely cool. He's
about as cool as Eleanor Roosevelt was.
He's the N80s thing,
Yeah, right.
Eventually everyone.
That is about what basically his audience is. They're in their 80s.
No, eventually they'll be what's known as like the Dicknacular or the Dick Norman vernacular.
Or the dickheads.
And people will walk around, and it'll be like in the 60s when people were saying like far out and way out and hip. People will be walking around, hey, how's it going, citizen? Oh, not bad, citizen.
Oh, what a horrible, horrible thought. I mean, you're really depressing me now. Are you calling on Wednesday or Saturday?
I'm calling on Saturday.
Well, in that case, there's no chance at all that Norman will be following the show.
Well,
it'll be the little Norman. It'll be what's the kid's name? Sudler. Yeah, Carol Sudler.
Oh, Carol.
Carol Sudler, yeah.
Who had the devil worshippers on last week.
Yeah, devil worshippers. Are you serious?
Yeah, on Saturday he had a devil worshiper, he had a witch, and he had some other guy who collects weird evil artifacts or something.
Are you serious?
No, I'm telling you the honest to God truth.
Oh my God.
It was great,
Commercial coming up soon, Tommy. Okay, go ahead.
The devil worshiper, he's sitting there and they kept having to bleep the devil worshiper because he was using bad language.
No.
Yeah, because I was on hold and he said about three words you can't say on the radio, and I immediately flipped on my radio as fast as I could, and I heard him blip it out.
Oh my God! That Sudler, apparently he thinks that he's still working over at Jones Intercable with words like that on the air.
Well, it was great, and there are people calling up and asking him stuff like, is music satanic? And it was fantastic. I listened to all 3 hours of it, or 4.
Unreal. Well, thank you, Steve.
Well, take it easy.
Take care. Okay, we'll work in one more call before we go to a break. And it is in the waistline with all the damn food that they eat and then don't clean up. Leave behind in the studio. Tommy in Tampa. Tommy, you're on the air. Hi, Tom.
Hello, Stan.
Yeah, Tom.
Stan, is Peter still there?
Yeah, he is.
Okay, great. I thought I missed you. Listen, I got a couple of big questions I want to ask you.
How are your begonias?
Well, I heard that if you use tobacco stems on your grass, it will get rid of the mole crickets, and it also will get rid of all the chinch bugs.
No, what I always recommend is Nutrisol. What I do when I have a problem with my lawn is I get myself a large glass of Nutrisol and tonic, and I drink it, and then I don't care about my lawn.
Nutrisol
and tonic. Actually, you see, I live in an apartment. I don't even have a lawn.
Oh.
I've never had a lawn in my life. I've lived in apartments all of my life. I just peddle this stuff called Nutrisol. I get a kickback from Kmart. You can get Nutrisol at Kmart. I peddle this stuff. I know nothing about lawns at all.
Because I understand also it serves its purpose as a fertilizer and it'll green the grass because of the nitrogen in the tobacco stem. Is that true also?
If that's what you want to believe, it's okay with me.
Okay, so you don't recommend it?
I'll recommend anything that will make it a living for me.
Okay, all right, Mr. Friedis. Thank you very much.
No problem at all. Let's go to Lou in St. Petersburg. Lou, you're on the air 970 WFLA.
Good afternoon, Bob.
Good afternoon, Lou.
Did your beautiful lady and yourself enjoy the bird yesterday?
Yeah, it was just absolutely.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, it was the day before. Yeah, well, we had some leftovers yesterday.
You got me all confused between Wednesday and Saturday. Listen, I wanted to give you a news item here. I don't know if you've already picked it up, but the caller that called earlier mentioned something about lizard and Lud getting together.
Yeah.
They already have.
No.
Bob, I swear, my left hand to the man upstairs. They were sitting at a table together, and I'm not the only one who saw it, Bob. Teddy saw it. They were at a table together at Fat Jack's Monday night.
Fat Jack's?
Yes, sir.
Son of a gun. Are they giving Fat Jack's right there at Fat Jack's? Lud and
Liz.
Lizard. Son of a gun.
And before the night was over, you'll never guess who joined them at the table.
Well, that all depends on whether or not Fat Jack's was picking up the tab.
Well, I don't know. You know, with the PR program that your radio has,
was Liz still there?
I wouldn't be surprised if FLA picked up the ticket.
Was Liz still there at the end of the evening?
No, she wasn't.
Okay, then they weren't picking up the tab.
Okay, but before she left, and before Lud left, I noticed when she was gone, Lud wasn't there anymore either. But Orrin Miller sat down at their table, and right after he did, Lionel came over there and sat with them.
Holy cow, was Danny the Dodger there too?
Yes, he was sitting at my table.
And let's see, Downtown Dave, was he there too?
I didn't see Downtown Dave, but Rick from Ybor City was there. Teddy was there. You had a few of your people, your personnel. They were there.
Well, you'd have known if
Schumann was there, and I didn't miss him. He'd be hard to miss.
Well, in that case, somebody was picking up the tab if Schumann was there.
Well, you know what I honestly think, Bob? I don't want to burst anyone's bubbles, but I think each person at the table was picking up their own tabs. With the exception of Schumann and Teddy, I'm sure.
Not with that crowd that you just mentioned.
Oh, you know Danny the Dodger.
Oh, sure.
Yeah, but I've got a news flash for you. He's working now, Bob.
Well, yeah, right. He works 2-3 weeks every year. Right around Christmas, you know.
Yeah, well, he's probably picked, let's see, what is it, about 6 weeks to Christmas now? So he's got another 3 more to go, or 4 at least.
No, he'll be quitting. He likes to spend time doing Christmas shopping, so he'll be quitting at any time now.
Well, he was complaining when he was at the table. He said that he wanted to take the next day off, which he did. I heard him on the radio. He wanted to stay home and watch television.
You're kidding.
No, I'm serious. I guess he's into the soaps.
Oh, that's disgusting. He's into the soaps?
I didn't say I was sure. I think he is. I can't swear to it.
Oh, it's got to be the soaps or the game shows.
Well, I do think he listens to you.
Well, he didn't call me that day.
Well, there was the next day.
So he must have been watching the soaps.
It was the next day.
That's what I mean, the next day. He didn't call me, so he must have been watching the soaps.
Well, I heard him on the radio. He was talking to the Lizard in the morning, though.
Oh.
I heard him for sure.
Oh.
Because, I don't pass this around, but I was listening to Lizard that morning myself.
Poor Danny. He just doesn't stand a chance with Liz. He doesn't earn enough money.
Well, I think...
if you want to go out with Liz, you got to be, mega bucks.
Well, the Doctor of the Stars was over. From what I understand, he's hot for her bones, too.
You're kidding.
Hey, Bob, you knew that.
Dr. Lubin?
You know that. He'll probably call now cussing me out, but I got it from a very reliable source that he was hot to try. And Orrin Miller, every time I see Lizard around, Orrin Miller is laughing and joking with all the guys, but his nostrils start to flare and his eyes start to water, and he always goes over there and sits by her and tries to buy her a drink.
Was Jerry from Palmacia there, too?
Don't know Jerry, but, he may have...
He would have been trying to hide his wedding ring.
Well, I wear mine because I was sitting at the table with my wife.
Well, a lot of guys, they see Liz coming down the street and they put on wedding rings.
I've met her quite a few times. I don't think she's as bad as you put out, but I can't deal with a lot of her views on divorce and child support and all this other good stuff. And I'm up to flush, so nobody can trash or bash me unless they know something I don't.
Sure, you didn't see Jerry from Palmacia?
I don't
Downtown Dave.
Well, Dave was there. Okay.
Downtown Dave, right? He was the one who would have been passing out the little business cards. Saying, call me, I'm a stockbroker.
No.
They're mimeographed. They're not offset. They're mimeographed.
No. Didn't
usually has to cut them right there in front of you into little strips.
Wait a minute. You know, there was a guy there, Bob, who was very conservative-looking, had glasses, a real large guy. Looked like
kept pushing waste management options.
Yeah, he was talking with Teddy forever, you know, so maybe he was.
Yeah. Sounds like the usual crowd to me.
Well, no, there were some new faces there, Bob, and believe it or not, before we passed on champions, I even ran into your lovely wife one evening.
Some new faces at Fat... What do you mean, Gordon Soley was there?
No, but I know he has been. No, when I say new faces, I used to be with the old champion crowd, and now I go over to Fat Jack's, but there's some new faces from the transition. Like Tom was not there, you know, Limousine Tom.
Limousine Tom? I don't know Limousine Tom.
He's feeling sick. Sure you know him. He sends a limo over there for comps all the time.
Limousine Tom.
Little guy.
Yeah.
Well, from what I understand, he's sick. That's why he didn't show, but, you know, he's usually there.
Huh. Stand by for a commercial break, Tommy.
Bob, I love your whistle. What happened to your kazoo?
Nothing. It's right here.
Oh, I believe you. You don't have
Along with my whoopee whistle. But I left my bell back on the desk.
Well, you know, you can't have everything. You know, one thing that surprised me,
Well, I do have some Tic Tacs, which kind of sound almost like, you know, what do they call those things? Carmen Miranda would shake them.
Miranda?
Yeah, that's right.
You know, Bob, for as long as I've been listening to you, and it has been a long time, and for all the
It only
time...
seems like a long time.
Well, no, it has been a long time. And all the things that we've talked about and disagreed on, and you cutting me off and me hanging up, this is the longest conversation we had.
It's what?
The long...
Let's go to Pat in Tampa. Pat, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello, Robert.
Oh, hi, Pat.
I'm so glad to hear that your favorite football teams are the Bucks and the Eagles. They're mine, too. They're such fine football teams.
Well, I didn't say the Bucks were my favorite team. I said I simply watched them when they were on television so that I might be able to ridicule them the following Monday.
Oh, okay, Bob. Hey, Bob.
Yes.
Could you tell us the first time you were propositioned?
Could I tell you about it? Yes, I could.
Okay. Could you please?
Well, yes, I could.
Okay.
But I'm not going to.
Well, Bob, I thought you were romantic.
Well, I am a romantic. That's true.
Oh. I heard it was in New York City. Is that right, Bob?
Yes, it was, as a matter of fact. Yep.
Isn't it amazing how much I know about you, Bob?
Truly is.
Oh, Bob. Hi, Bob.
Sounds like a giggling stag.
Bobby was propositioning in New York City on a...
Get off my phone, you subhuman pig. Let's go to Jerry in Indian Rocks. Jerry, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, is that you, Ted?
Yeah, it's me, Ted.
Man, Ted, I just heard the animal get off the air a second ago. You know, you should speak more clearly when he's on the air. I couldn't really understand what he was talking about, but I believe he was talking about the Bucks. How do you think they're going to do, Ted?
How do I think they're going to do?
Yeah, you think they're going to be beaten like they usually are?
Are the Bucks playing this weekend?
I believe they will be.
Why should this weekend be any different from others?
Well, that is true, but I figured you might have some words of wisdom on it, Ted, like Coach Perkins or something.
I'm sorry, wisdom and Perkins are two words that should never be used in the same room.
Well, that is true. Tell me, has NASCAR Dan and Orrin Young called in yet with the race report today or tonight?
Well, I'm not sure. Have they?
Well, I just tuned in a few minutes ago, and of course, I don't know how long you've been on. There's Orrin Young now. There's Orrin Young. I hear it. Still lighting up on the cigarettes a little bit. Sounds like he's got a bit of a wheeze in his laugh.
My God, I was wondering how long that thing went on for. This is incredible. Where is Brad? Is this a gift or what? Man, that's farm out. What were you saying?
Bob.
Yeah.
You know that little thing you got there?
I beg your pardon, sir. I beg your pardon. I see no reason to get quite that personal in the conversation. It's adequate.
No, I mean the laughing thing. I don't know what you call it, but I think on the other side of the record is birds chirping, because I had one for my kids.
I really didn't mean to set it off. I'll just stick it under my arm here for a moment.
On the other side of it, it's a little tiny record in there, Bob, and on the other side of it is birds chirping, because I bought one for my kid.
That's fantastic. How much did you pay for it?
Oh, about $10.
Where did you get it?
At Barefoot Mailman.
Barefoot Mailman.
And,
you really going to the Barefoot Mailman?
Yeah.
$10. You got $10 to squander like that?
Oh, I got more than that.
Well, could you send some of it to me?
Well, I don't know. I suppose I could, possibly.
I've been thinking about asking people to send me a quarter.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, I have.
Well, a Canadian quarter?
No, I'll take Canadian quarters, but I would prefer U.S. quarters.
Well, maybe I will, but...
Of course, I've also been thinking about sending them quarters, too.
Maybe I will, but look in the side of that. Open up the little thing on the back of it, Bob, and see if there isn't a little record in there, and turn it over and see if the birds ain't on the other side.
Oh, God, what do I do for my listeners? This is beyond belief.
If it's the same kind of little machine that I think it is.
Well, now, wait a second. Open. Okay, you do that.
There's a little itty-bitty record.
This doesn't belong to me. I don't want to go destroying this man's... I don't know how important this is to him.
Oh, well, it won't destroy it, because...
Well, I don't have a screwdriver, so,
you don't need a screwdriver? It must not be the same little thing. The one I had, there was just a little lever that you'd move over and the back would just open up.
No. It's not the same kind, then.
Oh, well, this one, the one I had was, they're about, $10, $15, and... There's a little lever on the back. You can open up the...
Every call I have has dropped off the board since you started.
Well, I'm sorry, Ted. I guess you should
You're sorry? What the hell do you think I'm going to do? It's only 1:35. I've got 5 minutes to go to a break, which means I can do one of two things. I can either hang up on you and sit here and sweat and tap dance for 5 minutes, or I can keep you on for 5 minutes and not only drive everybody who was on hold away, but probably everybody that's listening.
Well, I'll tell you what you do, Ted.
Oh, damn it!
I'll tell you what you do, Ted. Ted, don't get upset. I got a good idea for you. Just play a whole lot of those sound bites that you got. Hi, this is Vinny Testaverde. Please listen to my show, The Sports Huddle.
Are you serious? He actually has a Vinny Testaverde?
I don't think so. I was just using that as an example. But
because I was going. All the stuff is back here. It's about 7 or 8 feet away from me. He does have a Vinny Testaverde.
I think he does. But just do that, Ted. Just just play those sound bites. For the next 5 minutes.
Well, I guess that's about all I can do because I can't take much more of you.
Well, okay, Teddy. I'm gonna turn on the radio and listen.
just Sorry, Tommy, but you've got to pay attention. I know I didn't, blow the whistle, but nonetheless, welcome back. Hour number 2, 1:39 the time on Wednesday, very close to 1:39 on Saturday. Now, a lot of people are confused. I understand that. I will try very hard to explain to you exactly what is going on. On Wednesday, we would not normally do an Anything Goes Friday show, but since today, if you're listening on Wednesday, is Wednesday, and tomorrow is Thursday, and I won't be here, and a lot of people won't be here on Thursday, nor will a lot of people be here on Friday, although I will, by the way. I decided to do an Anything Goes Friday on Wednesday. Now, what I found out shortly before the show is that it would be replayed on Saturday. So we are doing Anything Goes Friday on Wednesday, which you are listening to live. If you're listening on Wednesday, if you are hearing this on Saturday, this is not live. And a lot of people get very confused because on Saturday we keep saying, don't call. Well, that applies on Saturday. So if this is Saturday for you, don't call unless you just want to talk to Tom Connolly, who really enjoys talking with people, especially elderly people with problems with getting their Social Security or who are very lonely in Florida and would like to talk about their grandchildren back home. So if you want to talk to Tom Connolly on Saturday, you can call 461-9352, which amazingly enough is the same number that you would use to call me on Wednesday if you were calling from Pinellas County. That's 461-9352. But if this is Saturday and you want to talk to me, do not use that number. You can use that number, though, to talk to Tom Connolly. Don't call Tom Connolly on Wednesday because he's not here. I am, however, here, although I do not enjoy talking to elderly people about Social Security or about how marvelous their grandchildren are and how much they miss them. So don't call about that if you're calling on Wednesday. If you are in Hillsborough County, disregard both of those numbers that I just gave you and instead use again on Saturday if you wanted to talk to Tom Connolly. What you would do is dial that number. Don't use that number to talk to me on Saturday, but you can use that number to talk to me on Wednesday. 9 lane. Let's take some calls. These calls will be taken on Wednesday but heard on Saturday, so do not be confused. These people did not call on Saturday if you're listening on Saturday. These people called on Wednesday, which, by the way, brings up an interesting point. If you would like to hear yourself on the radio on Saturday, you will have to call on Wednesday. Now, we are on a 10-second delay, and on top of that, we normally ask you to turn your radio down when you go on the air, which means that you cannot hear yourself. So if you want to hear yourself, what you have to do is call on Wednesday and listen on Saturday. You do not have to turn your radio down on Saturday when your call comes up. Okay? A lot of people get confused about that. They call on Wednesday. They come back on Saturday to listen to their call. They recognize that, oh, God, I'm on next. And they run over and turn down the radio because that's what Michael tells them to do when they call. And then they don't hear themselves. So if you are calling on Wednesday, turn your radio down. But if you're listening to your call on Saturday, do not turn your radio down. Otherwise, you won't be able to hear your call, and this will all be for naught. Bob in Town and Country. Hi, Bob. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, Bob, I'm really confused, man.
What's the problem?
Okay, this is...
I thought I explained it perfectly clear.
Okay, this is anything goes on Friday. On Wednesday, it's going to be heard on Saturday, right?
That's correct. But it also will be heard on Wednesday, and it might be heard on Thursday.
Okay, now, my problem is that I work in the post office.
Yeah.
And my days off are on Thursday and Friday.
Thursday and Friday. Well, yeah, okay. You shouldn't have any problem then.
No, because the holiday falls on my day off. I get the day before my day off as my holiday. So today is my holiday.
So today is your holiday, yeah.
I'm off. So if I hear this on Saturday, will I still
So in other words, today is your Thanksgiving.
Uh-huh.
Well, what are you going to do tomorrow?
That's the problem, Bob.
What do you normally do on Sunday?
Go to work.
You go to work on Sunday?
Yeah.
Well, why is that a problem?
Well, if this is heard... See, I'm all confused, Bob.
What are you confused about? I'm getting confused. I'm beginning to think there's a great deal of validity about, people complaining about who works in the post office, that you guys really ain't very smart. And you get a hell of a lot of money. What, you get about $47,000 a year there, right?
At least.
Plus bennies.
Yeah.
And you can't even tell what day this is.
Okay, well, what if they play this on Thanksgiving, and I hear this show on Thanksgiving, then what do?
Well, you don't have to listen on Saturday then.
Well, why not?
Well, you can listen on Saturday if you want to hear it 3 times.
But if it's Saturday, and I'm saying that Saturday, today's my holiday, and I'm off for the next 3 days, would I still have to go in?
Well, that's a matter between you and your conscience.
Well,
I can't help you with questions like that. I mean, without, do you think I'm Dr. Bob Moore, Chuck Harder, one of those people?
Bob, you haven't been too much of a help here.
I haven't been too much of a help?
Nah.
Is that why you think I'm Chuck Harder?
I'm still confused, Bob. I think I should just stay home for like the next 2 weeks.
Would you like to buy some old tapes of my show?
How much are they?
How much do you have?
$2.
Sure.
How many?
How many could you use?
10, 15.
10, 15. Sure. Just send us the $2.
All right. That's
Please allow 5 to 7 years for delivery.
Yeah. That sounds like a good deal there, Bob.
Oh, it's a great deal.
Hey, Bob, I was wondering if I could, drop a bombshell.
Drop a bombshell?
Yeah.
You're not going to open a can of worms, though, right?
Well, it could be called a can of worms.
Oh, my God. Now we're really in trouble. Yeah, go ahead.
I don't know. For the past 2 weeks, I had this really weird feeling.
Uh-huh.
I don't know. I feel...
Have you considered an enema? Maybe that would help the weird feeling go away.
No, it's got me for like 2 weeks now. And I truly believe that President Kennedy was assassinated approximately 25 years ago. Now, I don't know if this is ESP or what, but...
Oh, you guys in the post office really are sharp.
No, I'm serious, boss. Don't you think they've overdone it with this Kennedy thing?
Overdone it?
Yeah.
Well, they only do it once every 25 years.
Yeah, but it's been on all the TV shows, on radio for like the past 2 weeks.
Well, there's nothing else going on.
I was expecting McDonald's would come out with a presidential assassination Happy Meal.
Kennedy burger of some kind?
No, on the side of the box they have like a picture of the school book depository with the stick on Oswald, place the assassin in the correct window.
Uh-huh. Like Oswald, maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah, well. Probably just didn't think of it. Wait till next year, huh?
Yeah. So, I don't know. I guess I'll be going to work then on Saturday anyway, Bob.
Okay. Remember, you don't have to listen to the show on Saturday if you listened on Thursday. But if you didn't listen on Thursday, you should listen on Saturday.
I wouldn't be able to hear myself.
Well, and also, don't turn the radio down on Saturday.
Okay, I won't.
Okay?
Okay.
Take care. Let's go to George in Seminole. George, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Love your show, Ted.
Oh, great, George, great. Okay, that was George in Seminole, who loves my show. Off we go now to... It'll be somebody very soon we'll be going to anytime now. You say no? Why not? Come on, tell me, why not?
It wasn't for you.
What do you mean? What do you mean it wasn't for me?
You wanted some information on this morning's morning show.
Well, why didn't you put him on?
He just wanted a phone number, that's all, and he was a nice old guy.
Well, maybe I had the phone number. What do you mean you didn't feel like jerking him around? He calls on my talk lines? I mean,
come on, he was a nice guy.
No, there's no such thing as a nice guy that calls in on these lines during a show. And, say, hey, could I get the phone number for whatever it is? No. It's not the way it works, man. It's not the way it works at all. I mean, just because we say anything goes, we mean anything goes on the air, not anything goes off the air. Golly gee, Michael. I mean, how am I possibly supposed to survive if you keep all the good calls to yourself in there? And have you been listening to what you've been putting through to me on the air here? Have you been listening?
No, I've been on the phone. What's going on?
Yeah, I know you've been on the phone with all the great calls. All the people that want phone numbers and want information and advice on life. Yeah, those you take for yourself. What do you put through to me? I love your show, Ted. I'm supposed to survive with call. Michael, I get 43 cents a call. I want every one of those calls on the air. I don't get paid if you keep them in the other room. Steve in East Tampa. Steve, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello, Mr. Lassiter.
Hello, Steve.
Hello. You haven't heard from any...
1 minute warning, Tommy. Yeah, what?
Yeah, well, I know you haven't heard from any right-wing fundamentalist Christians today. And,
Well, probably there have been a lot of them in the other room, but he's been keeping them for himself.
Oh, son of a gun. I'm sorry, but I just, the other day you had a show, and, I was...
45 seconds, Tommy. Yeah?
Uh-oh. Is this a hurry or something? Is that...
No.
Oh.
It's Tommy. Tommy works on Saturdays, okay?
Oh.
And Tommy doesn't like to pay attention to the show. He brings in a little television set. He watches football, things like that. Talks to his girlfriend on the phone.
Oh.
So we're trying to see to it that he doesn't get into any trouble.
Oh.
So I'll tell you. Let me put you on hold for just a few moments, okay, Steve?
Thank you.
Okay, I'll put you on hold. Steve goes on hold. 10 seconds, Tommy. 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, or less. Tampa, hi, Steve. You're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hello, Mr. Lassiter.
Hi, Steve.
I just wanted to...
Wait a second. Steve, weren't you on the show earlier today?
No, sir, I was not. No, sir.
You weren't on the show earlier today?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
I haven't called you in some months. Last time I called you, as a matter of fact, yes.
You weren't on the show earlier this hour?
No, sir.
Before the news?
No, sir. No, sir.
Okay.
I promise I was not. But there's something I wanted to address about... Actually, first let me say that whereas I am in opposition with...
Wait a second. Michael, have you ever heard this man's voice on the show before today?
Oh, please.
I mean...
I've heard him on. He was on Wednesday.
Yeah, you weren't on the show Wednesday right before the news at about 1:50?
I haven't called you for months. It's been months and months. And the last time I called you was about you were debating with Christians and things. And
Okay.
so I haven't called you today.
Well, you just sound like a guy that was on right before the news, and the rules are you're only allowed on once a day, but go ahead. I'll take your word for it.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate it very much. First of all, I have to say that whereas I am in a great deal of opposition with you in a lot of issues, and I get very... Well, first of all, the comment was made that Christians, because of the teachings of the Sermon on the Mount, should not... they should not... And by the way, I think the last three people before me, I think those were the same guys with different voices. But anyway, I just wanted to get that in there. But the Sermon on the Mount does not, I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, made the comment that the Sermon on the Mount teaches that you should not spread the gospel. Is that right?
No, that's not right. I now recall the show that you're talking about, which was almost 2 weeks ago. The show that you were talking about was based upon the premise, would Christ have voted for Bush?
Yeah,
and
that was it.
Then we decided if we went through the Sermon on the Mount,
which I wouldn't call up
it would
for
be
that.
very difficult for Christ to vote for Bush. And in essence, what I believe I said is that in preaching the Sermon on the Mount, Christ, if memory serves me, I don't have a fresh copy in front of me here, but I think memory serves me on this. Christ suggested to people that they not be like the hypocrites and pray in public, that they go into the closet and pray in private.
Right, okay. Anyway, what I wanted to say is, that's true. That is true. And
I know it's true. I'm familiar with the document.
Okay. But also, Christians are given a great commission. Okay? It's in Acts chapter 1. It's at the end of one of the four Gospels. We're given a great commission to go ye into the world and tell people the gospel.
Who wrote Acts?
Pardon?
Who wrote Acts?
That was wrote by Dr. Luke, sir.
By Dr. Luke. Okay.
Yes, sir. Mm-hmm. Certainly was. And also another issue was made about the contradiction between the law, meaning an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, and the Sermon on the Mount.
No.
Again, son of a gun.
Well, I believe you have two separate issues there: the eye for the eye issue and the old law issue.
I'm sorry.
They're really two separate things. I mean, granted, an eye for an eye is part of the old law.
Right.
And that was addressed specifically in the Sermon on the Mount, but also there was the old law in general was addressed specifically.
Well, what I would submit to you is that I'm not quite as narrow-minded as I believe you think I am. And I don't hold it against you.
I don't think you're narrow-minded. I just don't think you're very familiar with the material, that's all.
Oh, well, there I would definitely disagree. But my point is, the law, which included an eye for an eye and a tooth for a tooth, which I am quite familiar with.
Warning, Tommy.
Not again. What I want to say is, the law, just like our Constitution, was for a group of people. It was, whereas the Sermon on the Mount was directed to each individual. Your attitude from one to another, from person to person. The law, like our Constitution, was a document to live by. Just like, as an example.
Well, no, I would tend to disagree with you there. You see, the Constitution was written by men, and the old law was, of course, supposedly written by God himself, which...
Well, that depends on how you... I believe it was written by God. You, of course, don't.
Well, that's what the book says.
Right.
Right. The book says it was written by God.
Right. God gave Moses the perfect law.
That's right, and of course, if it was the perfect law, it would still have to be perfect today. Steve, I've got to run because Tommy is standing by, waiting to go to the break. Latrell Cabasso, of course, will be doing the news if it's Saturday, and it will be Charlie Davis if it's Wednesday. Let's see what day it is. And a half minutes after the hour of 2 o'clock, welcome back. Hour number 3 for this Wednesday, November the 24th, or Saturday, November, Friday. Today's the 23rd. Thursday will be the 24th. Friday, November 26th. And if you're listening on Wednesday, by the way, it's an Anything Goes Friday on a Wednesday. The Mike Tyson impersonator. Mr. Tyson. Mr. Tyson.
Wait, yes, Bob, I'm jumping rope.
Mr. Tyson, we only allow the impersonators to call on Friday.
Wait a
on
second.
Anything Goes Fridays, right?
Well,
what
wait
is
a
today,
second, Bob.
Mr. Tyson, what is today?
Today is Saturday.
It is either Saturday or Wednesday, but it is definitely not Friday. Correct, Mr. Tyson?
That's correct, Bob.
And
I've already dealt with
and
many
Mr. Tyson,
turkeys.
Mr. Tyson, the impersonators are only allowed to call on Friday. Correct?
Wait a second, Bob.
So if this is not Friday, if this is either Wednesday or Saturday, it is definitely not Friday. What are you calling for?
Bob, I am Mike Tyson, world heavyweight champion of the world. I'm down here on official business. I thought I'd call you up and just say that I was kind of upset that you hung up on me. Long distance from New York. Long distance, Bob. Hey, who are you laughing at, Bob? Bob, wait a second. I'm an arm's reach from this station.
Steve in Carrollwood. Steve, you're on the air at 970 WFLA. Hello, Steve.
Yeah, listen,
Yeah.
do you still have that Sophie sound effect of the dog?
Steve, the most incredible thing has happened. There is now a Sophie impersonator.
Oh, really?
The last week and a half or so, Sophie has been good.
Ah.
See, the Sophie impersonator has done something with a real Sophie.
Oh, boy. What a problem.
No, it's not a problem. It's great, Steve.
Well, how's the impersonator? Any good?
Oh, the impersonator is very good. The impersonator listens to commands. The impersonator takes direction well.
Ah. That's good. Doesn't chase cats?
No. The Sophie impersonator is a genuine delight to have around the house.
Ah.
We are now just terrified that the Sophie impersonator will bring back the real Sophie.
Right. Listen, out of curiosity, what do you do during the news break?
What do I do during news break?
Yeah. Do you get ready or do you take a break?
No, it's my break. I sometimes wander down the hall and check my mail, or go down the other end and get some water or coffee. Sometimes I've even been known to go to the bathroom even.
Yeah, right. I thought maybe you prepared something or whatever. Anyhow, listen, the guy who was on before the news break, Steve.
Yeah.
You did put him, which is very unusual for you to do. You put him on hold right before the news brief.
Yeah, well, we knew that. He
couldn't figure that out?
He couldn't figure that out, that he'd already been on once today.
Ah, right. Listen, are you smoking yet? Are you still not smoking?
No, I gave it up, man. I'm clean.
I called the morning you first gave up coffee, cigarettes, all that.
No, I am clean. The only problem I'm having right now is my lungs are expelling all of this gunk, so I have to constantly clear my throat the last couple of days,
You're
and I'm told
supposed to save some of that for the doctor to look at.
I'm told I might have this for up to 2 weeks.
Ooh, right.
Yeah, that's really weird.
Do you remember a show a long time ago? I can't believe how much you laughed when this lady asked you what type of soap you use in the shower, and you had to explain to her that you use shampoo.
Yes.
She was unbelievable, and she kept it up. She had like flavored soap or something. And she couldn't understand what you were trying to tell her.
Oh, no, she understood perfectly well. She was simply trying to get some free advertising.
Whew, unreal. So have you gone to Steak and Shake or Sharan's yet?
Not as of yet, no.
I'm going to have to take you there, aren't I?
Well, no. It's just it has not been possible this week. I've had much to do.
Yeah, right. What you should do is Sharan's isn't that neat of a place. Just call before you go by there. It's on the causeway, and tell them to make a few steak sandwiches. They are excellent. They were better than Philly South.
All right.
And did you happen to see the show Martin Downey did a week or two ago on smoking?
No.
It was excellent, and he actually tried to tell a doctor from Harvard that the smoke coming off the end of a cigarette was not harmful to anyone's health.
Well, that's okay. He also tries to tell people that, his show is not harmful either.
He is unreal. Well, I appreciate it, and you left that guy on the line an awful long time before the news break.
Pardon?
You gave him an awful lot of time. The guy right before the news?
Yeah.
Steve?
Yeah.
That's kind of unusual, too, isn't it?
It all depends.
Yeah, right. And would you recommend...
5 minutes to break time, Tommy. Yeah.
I wanted to ask you about Mexico City.
I've never been there.
That's what I wanted to ask you.
Well, that's the answer.
And you couldn't recommend it either way?
No, I couldn't recommend it either way.
Okay. Well, I hope you hit Sharan's and Steak and Shake.
Okay.
And I enjoy your show.
Fantastic.
Thank you, Bob.
Yes, we are back. I say we because this is a very special edition of the Worst of Lassiter for Saturday, November 26th. because in the studio with me is none other than the man that was fired last week, who has come back into the building to pick up his things, Dick Norman. Dick, how is it?
Oh, God, I love that turkey.
How is it going?
I can hardly walk. It's just fantastic.
It's going okay?
I happen to overhear you.
Do you have any leads? Do you have any leads for work or anything?
I'm working on them. Yeah, I've got my resumes out. I'm going to Steak and Shake for an interview, actually.
Steak and Shake. Oh, all right, all right.
Trainee.
Yeah, we were over there the day after Thanksgiving.
Right.
A guy right before Thanksgiving had recommended Steak and Shake, and so we went over there.
But I couldn't help you.
And it was really great, really great stuff.
I couldn't help hearing you, the man ask you about what you do when they have the news break.
Yeah. Last week, you mean?
Yeah, last week, right. And I thought I just had to, you forgot to fill him in on the real truth that God made news so that you could urinate. That was the whole thing. First there was the terrible need to urinate.
Wait a second.
That horrible full feeling in your bladder. And then God created a newscast.
I use that stand-up ashtray over there.
Yes, I know. I've been meaning to talk to you about that.
And you just tinkle right in there. You don't even have to leave the room.
Well, but that's it.
You still even take calls.
This is what I meant to tell you. God created news for your kidneys and bladder. That's why newscasts are at the top of the hour, so you can go and take a leak.
Oh. Okay.
Your mother never told you that?
No. Well, actually...
My mother did. She said, Dick, news is so you can go and pee. That's what she said.
Okay. Well, it's coming up on 20 minutes after the hour of 2 o'clock, about the normal time where we take a break here on Wednesdays or Saturdays. It may be a minute plus or minus 2:20 on Saturday, and it's just dead on. Actually, I'll even count it down for you. On Wednesday, it'll be 2:20 and 8 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Okay, we'll take a break at this point. Ruby in Tampa. Ruby, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
And here we go to the Italian kielbasa. Okay. And Jesus is just all right by me, by the birds. That seems to be the winner in this past half hour on WFLA.
Well, actually, Jesus is just
on your radio.
Well, actually, Jesus is just all right as by the doobies.
No, the birds did it first. I'm terribly sorry.
Is this is this the Lionel sister impersonator?
No, this is just a friendly pal. Just a friendly pal here on WFLA 970 on your radio.
Who's pal?
Your pal. Your pal, Lassiter's pal,
I am Lassiter. I am Lassiter.
Carol Sudler's pal, everybody's pal.
What are you? Are you Toots?
Toots?
Yeah, Carol Sudler's.
Toots happens to be somebody on a show called Hot Seat.
Right, exactly. Are you Toots?
No, I am Ruby, and I have definite connections to somebody called Michelle Cristiano, who is talent coordinator for Hot Seats.
Oh, they actually have a talent coordinator?
Yes.
Why doesn't she?
Excuse me?
Why doesn't she?
Why doesn't she what?
Coordinate some talent.
Well, you don't think we do? Do your viewers think we do coordinate talent?
Yeah, well, my viewers think that you do, but unfortunately, this is radio. What my viewers think is of no consequence whatsoever.
Okay, your audioers.
My audioers?
Yeah.
Well, I think I do have some audioers now that you mentioned it.
Okay, can we go on a possibly conference call and, possibly, they'll think, or
Wait, are you trying to push your way in on my show?
No, sir. By no means. Actually, I was just saying that I was the Italian kielbasa, and Jesus is just all right by me. By the birds, which I think is what your story was going for.
Do you personally know the guy that does the talent show over at Channel 12?
Who, that show there?
Yeah, the talent show that DiCapria's talent show.
No, I don't know that gentleman, but I
do. You know anybody that does?
well, a lot of the people that call in that would like to be on Hot Seat, we refer them to DiCaprio's Talent Showcase. You know, simply because, why not?
Do you watch that show?
Yes. I have not watched it, you know, as a diligent viewer.
I do not understand why the commercial stations have not picked up DiCaprio's Talent Showcase.
I'll tell you.
I have never, ever seen anything quite like it.
I think that they totally deserve, you know, any type of viewer that they may happen to get.
I beg your pardon. I think that show deserves a mass audience. I believe that if that show were on network television,
you are so right,
it would bury Cosby. Absolutely bury Cosby. I think if Mr. DiCaprio just did a talk show on a commercial station, didn't even have any talent, but just came in and expressed his views for 3 hours a day, he would have a 40 share.
Yeah, possibly dubbed in, well, you're talking about a 40 share. Well, think about it. Well, actually, today is Wednesday.
Not if you're listening on Saturday, it isn't.
Yeah, I know.
So you're only going to confuse the people. You're only going to confuse the people who are listening on Saturday if you insist that this is Wednesday.
Well, to those of us who are actually listening in on Saturday, I would recommend that we actually listen in on Wednesday, because if we're not listening on Wednesday,
Ruby,
we're not actually there.
Ruby.
Yes.
You cannot listen on Wednesday because Michael told you to turn your radio down, didn't he?
Yes.
And you turned your radio down, didn't you?
Oh, my gosh. You're not supposed to tell these people.
And you can't hear what's going on the radio right now.
No.
So if you want to hear this, you have to listen on Saturday.
I think I am in the Twilight Zone. And, you are
wait a second. You thought you were calling TKN?
Oh, no. TKT.
TKT?
Yes.
WTKT?
Yes.
I don't know of any TKT.
Well, I don't know of WTKN, so...
Well, you've got a lot of company, Ruby.
Maybe, possibly, we might...
The only air product that is listened to by fewer people is the Sun Radio Network.
Oh, my gosh, you're doing your job. You make me seem like a jerk. I'm sorry. I am a jerk, and I'm just calling in, and, but at any rate, I'm willing, I'm willing to, just be pals with everybody. Yeah, that's what I'm trying to do,
That's the ticket.
Okay, so if that's the ticket...
I remember when I was in music radio, we used to have girls call in who wanted to be pals with everybody.
Yeah, what were they called, though?
Groupies.
Radio?
Groupies, yeah. We called them groupies.
Yeah, but groupie radio?
Yeah, we don't have groupies in talk radio.
Radio groupies?
Yeah, it just doesn't work in talk radio. I don't understand why.
Groupie radio, or...
Yeah.
Or grape...
They were the good old days. I remember groupies.
Grape radio
I used to have a lot of buddies back then.
Grape radio groupies, or...
Well, some of them were grape, some of them were great.
Yeah.
And some of them weren't too bad.
Well, also, some of them could have been grape. Grapes. As in, getting picked off the tray.
Well, some of them were kind of like prunes, which are somewhat related to grapes.
Yeah, but that's sort of like a different show, wouldn't you think?
Well, it certainly was a different show. Ruby, I thank you ever so much for taking time out of your Saturday to be with us.
And, I really tried to do this.
You tried to do it?
Yeah.
Well, I don't understand what you mean.
The thing is, like, that it's Wednesday. So,
only if you're listening on Wednesday.
Yeah, I tried to do it on Saturday.
Try to do what?
Yeah, talk to
I tried to wash my car on Saturday. That was part of the deal I made with Mary to get it.
You know what I did? We went to the car wash.
Yeah.
On Saturday, and
that's normally when I go.
What happened? Like, I had the baby with me, and the baby just sort of, I got out of the car and stuff, and the baby, I left in the car. I forgot completely about the baby.
Son of a...
And so anyway, the car came back out, but the the baby was gone. So now I really want anybody out there who knows.
Well, call the people over at Q105. They like to give. Well, that's another story altogether. Hey, thanks, Ruby. Appreciate it. Joe in Clearwater, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
I understand that Dick was fired, and I wanted to call in and express my deepest condolences. He's not still there, so I could, say goodbye to him.
No, he's already in Cincinnati. He's already done 2 shows in Cincinnati, if you're listening on Saturday.
Well, I just heard him a few minutes ago. I must be calling on Wednesday.
Yes, if you heard him just a few minutes ago. Yeah, he came in here to pick up his things.
He's not still there. I just wanted to say goodbye to him.
No, they were standing over him and hustled him right out the door. They've already changed the combination on the locks.
But Bob,
yeah?
it just won't be the same anymore without hearing that afternoon citizens. And I feel like cutting my wrist, man. And it just won't be the same anymore, Bob. What will we do?
Well, I believe that they have Liz Richards working both 9 to noon and 3 to 6.
Well, I don't know. I think they should take Liz out and destroy her. I want to listen to Dick.
Sir, you destroy horses.
Well, that's what Liz is. I want to listen to Dick. And I'm not ever going to listen to WFLA again, and I'm going to check myself into Horizon Hospital.
Horizon Hospital, okay. They advertise with us, don't they, Michael? Isn't Horizon an advertiser? Yeah, okay, Horizon's okay. Tampa General, though, we prefer that you stay away from Horizon. We prefer you go to Horizon, Skyline Chili, Adner's Camera, Calb's Cove. Yeah, thank you. The places that advertise with us. Stay away from the places that don't.
I know. I was just having a bowl of Skyline Chili and thinking about it. I'll no longer hear that afternoon citizens.
Well, I'll tell you what most people do is they take the chili from Skyline, they cram it and pack it in their ears between 3 and 6 in the afternoon, and that's what I would recommend for you, sir. Guido in Tampa. Guido, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Mr. Lassiter, first I want to make one thing clear, okay?
Yeah, Guido.
This is Saturday, right?
If you want it to be Saturday, it is Saturday, Guido.
Okay, but do you have the Vanessa?
Do I have the Vanessa? Of course I do. It's 231.
Thank you. Now I want you to know, I know Mr. DiCaprio personally.
Personally, you know Mr. DiCaprio?
Yes, sir. I'm acquainted with him in a business manner.
Whoa, does he sleep in that tuxedo, or does he take it off?
No, sir. He does not sleep in the tuxedo, although I am aware that he does have it cleaned once every 5 years.
Whoa.
So, I mean, he's a pretty clean guy.
Uh-huh.
Do you know, it was sort of a kind of a funny satire you were doing there, but Mr. DiCaprio has won 2 Golden Tape Awards with his show there.
Golden Tape?
Golden Tape, yeah. It's like an award they give for,
Is that like the Golden Tape Worm or something?
Pardon me, sir?
Is that like the Golden Tape Worm?
Well, not particularly. See, this particular golden tape does not consume it from it, being a parasite or anything. This tape is like an award for doing something good.
Well, are you suggesting that Mr. DiCaprio is like a parasite?
Well, not necessarily. I mean, first of all, the golden tapeworm was something that was given out to certain African natives.
See, the tragedy is most people do not know who Mr. DiCaprio is.
He's a wonderful man.
I'm sure that he is. All I can say to you people who are listening in Pinellas and do not get DiCaprio's talent showcase is that if you could see DiCaprio, it would make you forget about Jack Wheeler. Okay?
Oh, no question about that. In fact, Mr. DiCaprio has the type of personality and appearance that can make you forget just about everything.
Yeah, that's true.
But I think Mr. DiCaprio, did you know that he listens to your show?
No.
I'm serious.
I never use D's, Dems, or Does.
No, he listens to your show in his office.
He has an office?
Yes, he's got some other businesses.
I thought he shared a phone booth with Lionel.
No, he's a very shrewd businessman. He does this for fun. He's very good at what he does.
What does he do?
Well, you've never heard of DiCaprio's Catering?
DiCaprio's Catering. No, I can't say as I have.
Well, he's got a heck of a business there.
Well, I didn't really think he was doing DiCaprio's talent showcase for a living.
Well, he guys, he's just always doing something. He does well in his business, and he does that for a hobby. He enjoys it.
It's a great show. I would never miss it. I love DiCaprio's talent showcase.
Well, there's one thing about DiCaprio's talent showcase. Whether good or bad, you're going to get entertained.
Oh, yes, I get entertained every time I watch that show.
And the point is,
even my wife has started to get into it. My wife does not have quite the sense of humor that I have. I mean, it took almost, 2 years to get her into wrestling. And she is
How could it take someone 2 years to get into wrestling?
I don't know, but she was sitting there one Saturday morning, and she just looked over at me with the saddest expression on her face, and she said something about if only they knew back in Quadsies, that's Quad Cities, that's we cut it down and call it Quadsies. If only they knew back in Quadsies that I was sitting here on a Saturday watching wrestling.
They'd be jealous as hell.
Well, I don't know.
Well, you know, those people, they don't know how to live. They got to have everything just so before they can decide to be happy.
I beg your pardon, man. You said they don't know how to live. They have corn muffins for breakfast every morning.
Well, now, that is a good point there. I could deal with some corn muffins, but yet I can't deal with let's do lunch dialing. You know what I'm saying?
Well, let's get back to Mr. DiCaprio.
Yeah. Well, I wanted to point out, you know, you was talking about Hot Seat there. Hot Seat ain't never won no Golden Tape Award.
I can well understand that.
Absolutely. I mean, you know, Hot Seat can or cannot be entertaining depending on which night you turn in. You know, sometimes it's just kind of sickening and sort of,
5-minute warning, Tommy.
Oh, just a 5-minute warning?
For Tommy, yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, I won't worry about Tommy then.
You should have seen Sirio. If you're listening to the show on Wednesday, Sirio is in there. He shot up like a rod. Sirio was kind of hunched over the phone talking to somebody. I blew the whistle. Michael just, I have to keep this whistle handy, Michael. Keeps you in line, too, besides Tommy.
You know what, Bob?
Yeah, what?
I'm really serious about this now. Mr. DiCaprio, first of all, he's well-connected politically in the city. I mean, I'm serious about that. He is very well-connected politically.
Uh-huh.
You ought to have Mr. DiCaprio on your show as a political analyst and an entertainment consultant.
I would like to have Mr. DiCaprio on my show as a co-host, period.
I can certainly get you in touch with him.
I figure that, Lassiter and DiCaprio could easily wipe out, Q10 Jive.
But are you absolutely sure that Mr. DiCaprio would give you top billing? I suppose it's your show and you invite him, so I guess you would have to have him.
I might be willing to negotiate that with Mr. DiCaprio.
Wow. Or you could make it the Bob and the Tony show.
And I might be willing to split even somewhat favorably, let's say 20 cents per call for Mr. DiCaprio. 23 for myself, of course.
Well, like I said now, Mr.
Unbelievable. You just wouldn't think that one area could spawn so many people like that.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I mean, there's so much talent
that's what I'm hearing. That's what I'm hearing, what you're saying.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, you look at this Bay Area, there's not as many people here as, say, in New York.
No, there are not.
Just not quite. We're getting there.
Nowhere's near it, actually.
But the point is, there's still...
And the buildings aren't as tall here either.
That's something I know. I went to New York recently. I was not born there. My parents were.
3 minutes, Tommy. Yeah.
We just... Okay. But, they're not... That's true. But the thing is... You find that most of the talent that comes on DiCaprio Showcase, they're actually people from Hillsborough County.
No.
Because the people from Pinellas County, and I'm talking about St. Petersburg, first of all, we're not sure whether they want their, sex or the other thing.
Mm-hmm.
But the people from Hillsborough County seem to be more talented or more suited for the DiCaprio Showcase.
Yes, they do. Guido, we thank you very much for checking in with us this afternoon.
Well, it's been a tremendous pleasure speaking with you, and I know Mr. DiCaprio, if I had talked to him, would send certainly his fondest... hellos to you, Bob.
Yes, I'm sure he would. Guido, don't forget you can listen to this call on Saturday.
I can? Well,
yes,
this is Saturday. Can I listen Wednesday?
No, you can't, because Wednesday you have to turn your radio down, but Saturday, when you're on the air, you can turn the radio up.
Well, Bob, can I ask one question?
No. Dan in Clearwater. Dan, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Hey, Bob, that turkey was good, wasn't it?
Oh, fantastic, Dan.
Nice, big, juicy.
Ooh, oh, God, you still have...
Still can taste that sucker, huh?
Oh, I still can.
I'd like to thank Tommy for putting me on so soon.
Oh, well, Tommy's really Tommy.
He's easy to work with, isn't he?
Yes, he is.
I like that new lineup we have, though.
Oh, the new lineup?
Yeah.
Oh, Liz, Lassiter, and Liz?
By Iron Mike Sharp. Replacing Norton.
No, Liz is replacing Norton.
Liz?
Yeah.
Oh, that's the same thing. Liz and Iron Mike Sharp.
It'll be Liz, Lassiter, and Liz.
Yeah. Bob, what's the finesse?
What's the what?
I got a plane to catch.
Oh, okay. There he goes, catching his plane. The special lines to call on Saturday, 522-0570. That's 522-0570 in Pinellas. 876-0570. 876-0570 in Hillsborough. But only if you have questions about sick pets.
Levitt's Furniture.
Okay, we're taking the break now, Tommy. let's see, Ned in Nokomis. Nokomis Ned, as we call him around the radio station here. Hi, you're on the air at 970 WFLA.
Yeah, Bob.
Yeah, Ned.
Great show as usual.
Well, thank you, Ned.
Yeah, you've had Lud and everybody on today.
Yeah.
Are you going to be in the parade tomorrow?
In the parade tomorrow?
Yeah, the Thanksgiving Day parade.
No, I'm not, Ned. No, nobody asked me to.
Because Sam's trying to put together a big parade with Lud and everybody. Merle?
Well, Sam is always trying to put together a parade.
Yeah. Well, anyway...
People keep on raining on it, too. I don't understand.
Well, I got the old kazoo all honed up for tomorrow.
I'll bet you do.
And everybody down here in Nokomis, they really appreciate you putting me on the air last week.
Oh, well, hey, my pleasure.
I got my crowd up to about 10 people now.
Up to about 10 people? Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Do you have your kazoo with you?
Of course.
Would you like to give people a little sample as to what they can expect to hear at the Thanksgiving Day parade with you and your kazoo?
Well, it'd be a great honor, Bob.
Okay, I'll tell you what. I'll give you a downbeat on 4. All right?
Yeah.
1 and 2 and 3 and
Your face off!
How was that, Bob?
That was really, Ned, the most god-awful thing happened, man.
What happened, Bob?
Well, just as you were starting to play your kazoo.
Yeah?